You're in a meeting. A stakeholder turns to you and asks you a question that you don't know the answer to. In that moment, if you could have one wish, it would be to snap your fingers and freeze time so that you can think of how to respond to the question. In today's episode, I am granting you that wish. Today, I'm going to teach you something called time-stopping techniques. Time-stopping techniques are communication tactics that you can use to buy yourself time and slow down the conversation when you get asked a tough question so that you have a minute to collect your thoughts and answer with confidence. The first of the 4 time-stopping techniques that I'm going to be teaching you is validation. Validation is where you tell the stakeholder that the question they asked you is a good question. So let's say you presented a slide and then Bob, your coworker, turns to you and says, I appreciate you walking us through this project plan, but what would be the investment required to speed up the execution of the plan by 4 to 6 weeks? Now, in that moment, you might panic and you might think to yourself, oh my God, I don't know. I haven't looked at that. I don't have the answer. This is the perfect moment to stop time by validating Bob's question. So you might say something like, that's a great question, Bob. Executing quickly is definitely a priority right now, so it makes sense for us to take a closer look at the timeline and the investment that would be required to speed it up. Now, notice how I haven't actually shared any new information. However, this response will make you look good as a leader. Because when you validate Bob's question, you're showing Bob and everyone in the room that you are a big picture strategic thinker. You're showing them that you understand how this question plugs into the bigger priorities of the business. So even though you're not coming back to Bob with the answer that he asked you for, you're coming back to him with a response that increases your credibility. And Bob is going to like it when you share this, because you're praising Bob's intellect. You're saying, great question, Bob. That was really smart of you, Bob. So Bob isn't going to be thinking, oh my gosh, why is she taking so long to answer my question? Bob is going to be thinking, yes, I am very smart. Thank you for reminding me of that.